Hello and welcome back to my channel. Before we start, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell beside it. This way you'll get notified when I am streaming or uploading new videos. Today I'm gonna show you a sneak peek of my very first cat. I'm not sure if other designers also use this technique or I am the first who invented this method. But let's assume I got very innovative in my design and excited about making a difference in making a mosaic square by mixing rounds and rows. You heard it right, round and rows. As you can see in any squares, we are making the projects in the round. That's why we always have rounds and not rows. Of course, this is pretty obvious, right? But what if we want to make everything reversed? What do I mean by that? Again, you are right. The point is, in every round, we are increasing by 2, one from this side and one from the other side. So we are increasing by 2. That's why we got this. And that's why we have a bigger project. Okay, so we are increasing from each side by 2 stitches. Okay, but what if that we want to reverse? If we want to reverse and need to decrease, then it should be like this. Okay, so when we are decreasing from each side, 1 stitches from each side, I mean that from the side of the square, 1 from the right, 1 from the left, you are decreasing, then you can't have a round anymore. So that's how you need to have the rows. Okay, so I am not sure if the other designers have thought about it before, or I am the only person who do this. Let me jump into the paper and actually draw what I mean by decreasing, having rows instead of rounds. Of course, I'm not a good drawer and I am not good at drawing. Excuse my funny looking drawing, okay? So we suppose that this is our square. Am I right? And we started from the middle and we increase like this. Okay? And we want to decrease from this side and from this side. As you can see, we have 2 triangle shape, 1 and 2. And together, if you are looking from this side, it's a square. Am I right? So what if that we extended the second part, and again we extend it like this and extend it like this. Okay, don't we have a bigger square right now? So you are making rows here, rows here, rows here, and rows here, and you are making a bigger square and your project is getting bigger. But of course you will have some ends here, am I right? Because here now you have the rows instead of rounds. Okay, and sometimes some people, they don't like these tails and these fringes. So when you finish the project, you always can decide whether you want to have the envelope border or double border to hide these ends, or you want to keep them as they are. Okay, so now that you understood what I mean by that, I just want to show you how we decrease in a square. And don't forget, decreasing doesn't mean that you have to forget about the design or the pattern that you're using. So it means that only you are trying to decrease the stitches from both sides so that you reach to number one stitch. Okay. For simplicity, I am using a very, very opposing color so that it is easier for you to understand. Okay, so the last row, in the last row, you have a hole, two chains hole, okay? So when you want to start, choose one of these two chain hole, and like any type of like flat format that you are making in Mosaic crochet, you need to pull over the yarn and chain one, and like you want to make single crochet inside it, okay? And then you are continuing working on your pattern. So you have to look at your pattern, whatever your pattern says, okay? So it doesn't really matter. The first row is very critical because you need to understand what you are making and how it works, okay? So I remember the pattern, so I'm following the chart. If you have instructions or the chart, you can follow it and see that how you are making it, okay? But I just need to give you information. When you reach to the last one, your last stitch should be inside this. So as you remember that in any mosaic crochet, when you start and you end, you always have a border stitch. So the first one is your border stitch. The last one should be your border stitch as well. Let me finish and reach to this, and then I will cut the yarn, and then I will show you how you start the second like part of this square, okay? Okay, and I reached to the end of the side, so now I have to make a single crochet from the chains hole, and then chain one, and I have to cut the yarn, okay? But I don't cut the yarn because I don't want to waste the yarn. I will use another yarn to show you how I start the second part. Okay, suppose that this is the same yarn, same color yarn. Suppose that this is the yellow yarn, okay? So you see that I ended to the chain hole. For the second part also I have to start. So this hole is shared with the right side and left side, okay? I mean that one of these squares side, I don't know what it's called in English. So I start to yarn over and chain one, and again one single crochet inside it. So this is my border stitch, okay? It's border stitch, and it is shared. As you can see, it is shared with the right and left, okay? This is the first row that I start, and you see that I have tails, okay? And it really depends on you. If you like to keep the fringe, it's better to have a longer tail. But if you want to hide them, you don't need to waste the yarn, and I guess like 5 centimeters is enough. I guess this is more than enough. And then again, you keep going and check the chart, and don't forget that There is nothing different from the charts that you are doing. Only the right and left side you are decreasing, so it means that you are trying to decrease one stitch from each side. So I guess it's 8 in total that you are decreasing. Okay, and some people like to finish one part and then go to the next, but I myself didn't do that. I like a round. When I was working in the round, I worked 4 sides. So for decreasing also, I am working 4 sides. So I don't do these parts because I know that it's okay and you understood, because the most important part is that we are sharing the chains hole for the right side and left side for each part of the square. Okay, this is the first round, okay? Sorry, the first row. The second row is even easier, but there is a very important things that you have to know about it, and this is how you are decreasing. So the real decrease starts from the second row. Let me get grab some opposing color so that I can show you how you can do it. Just give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, for the second row, I am using the opposing color. Don't forget that I have to skip the first. This is the first stitch, which was my actually my border stitch. So each row I am skipping one stitch. I don't need to mix these two together. I just have to skip the first one, and from both loops I start my stitch. So it is like any type of flat format that you are making. So you have a tail. When you like from both loops you are bringing the yarn out, then you need to chain one and single crochet in the same loop. Okay, and then like any other projects, you just follow your pattern, whatever it is, and try to make your pattern. So for example, here for me, my pattern starts from here. Okay, I guess I missed something, so sorry. So my pattern starts from here. I do have 2 double crochet here. Just check your like pattern. The only difference is the first stitch, which you skip the first one, and in the second one you are making your border stitch, and then you continue your own pattern, whatever it is. So because I know the pattern by heart, I don't need to check the chart. But if you can't remember or you cannot memorize, or the pattern is something which is not repetitive, you need to check it from the chart. Don't hesitate to check your chart and follow the chart as it is. That's so simple. Very, very simple things to do. You just need to keep in your mind that the first stitch is always, you skip it when you are decreasing, and the second stitch should be your new border stitch. And some people have different ways of dealing with this border stitch. This way that I show you is one of the ways, but I myself do it differently. I mean that I am not doing like this. I don't know why, but for me it's not appealing. So I have my own way of doing. I just slip knot like this. I do have, like, for example, like this. This is the tail, and then I start working it. Let me show you how I do it. Maybe that one also is good for you. I have no idea. Maybe you like it. Okay, for me, I make a knot here. See, I have a knot. And then I single crochet here. And that's how it looks like. That's simple. Okay? So, but you choose whichever is working for you. Some people like to have the start like this. Some people like the start like the previous one that I show you. It doesn't really matter as long as you are decreasing from both sides, you are good to go. So let me show you when your decrease finishes how your project looks like. Okay, this one is a very big project. It's very hard to show the whole part to you, but I try to make it clear. I'm not sure if it is easy for me to show it. Okay, so just give me a second. So this is the part that we start, and we made our own stitches here. This part is the part that we joined the first stitch. As you can see, I'm not sure if I can show it to you or not. So this is where both stitches work from the hole, the first hole. Okay, so I guess this is the, yeah, this is the correct one. See, so I work from both holes to keep going, and then this is how our project looks like. And sometimes if you are not an expert, maybe it's not easy for you to guess how and where we start. So some beginners, they don't know that we started from the middle, and then halfway we change our way. Instead of rounds, we had the rows, and how these fringes, all these fringes created. I don't say that I am a very innovative person. I have no idea, but I really like not to follow all the rules, create rules, create something new, and have fun working in the round and rows, and create beautiful patterns and designs. Okay, so I hope that this sneak peek helps you, because very soon I will announce a cal for this project, which is an Afghan, and we will have fun together. And also it's good for making not only the Afghans or the lap blanket. It's good for making even the cushions. So of course cushions are like the smaller form of this type of square, but I do know that people will have fun using this type of technique, which is so fun and also easy to follow. And I hope that you enjoyed this video, and this video help you if you are going to take part in our CAL. It will help you to master the technique and enjoy a lot when you are making your Afghans or cushion or whatever you plan to have. And that's pretty much for today, and I will catch you later. Have fun, enjoy hooking. Oh, by the way, don't forget, if you didn't subscribe or like or comment, please support me by liking this video. And also, if you have any questions, please ask questions in the comments, or you can join my like Facebook community. In that group, you always are welcome to answer any questions related to any of my patterns, or if you have any difficulties in overlay mosaic crochet, and if I know the answer, I will be more than happy to help. I will put the link into the description, and also the link. Some people ask what is the yarn that you are using, and also they need the color, I guess. I will put the description of the yarn as well, and I hope to see you again in next video. Bye for now.